Yo guys, what is going on? So today's video is going to be a little bit different, and the reason that I'm bringing this topic up is because it's something that's been on my mind the last few days, and I figured to make a discussion video about it because I just wanted to get it off my mind. I really want to know also what you guys think about this topic as well, because I really want to know from other people, certain perspectives, what they think about this topic. And the topic that I'm talking about is the topic of Dokkan Battle private servers. Now, before I get any further, I did want to say, please don't try and throw any hate towards anybody, whether it's me, somebody in the comments, somebody I may indirectly mention in this video, which I'm trying to not say any names directly if I'm putting them in a negative light, not trying to throw shade at anybody, but in case I do end up saying something that could be construed as negative, you know, that's why I'm trying to avoid saying any names that it may seem like that. So if you guys do end up knowing who I'm talking about, please don't try and throw shade at them or shade at me for trying to, you know, explain the situation here that I want to talk about. So, you know, let's just try and be civil in the comments. I know it's hard to do on YouTube, but hopefully I can explain all my points across, especially because this is my second time recording this because my laptop mic recorded instead of my Blue Yeti. So hopefully things can go well this time. But yeah, like I said, today's video is on the topic of private servers, and the reason that I decided to bring this up was because, like I said, the last few days, maybe even the last few weeks, I've been starting to see more and more people use private servers in Dokkan Battle videos, whether they're trying to do runs and things like that. And I think this first all stemmed off with Dokkan.info, which, you know, he started doing things with private servers to show us stuff, whether it's in the game or just kind of testing certain stuff out. That's kind of all they're doing it for. And, you know, they actually made their own private server because they can go into the game and actually code the stuff and then run it and be able to test certain things out, which I think is very cool. And I like that aspect of it, where if you're going to be using a private server and using it for informational purposes, for example, I think Zenrot did the same thing where, you know, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong here, but I believe that everybody's using one specific private server, which I don't want to mention where you can get it from or anything like that, because I don't want other people to start getting to it. That's like my main purpose with this. But, you know, as far as that goes, I think everybody's getting it from this one person. And, you know, he made a video showing off LR Ginyu, which it's like, okay, that's fine, you know, showing off how LR Ginyu is, because I've never really seen anybody with him. So for him to be showing that off and giving commentary on it as well, and especially with how knowledgeable he is about Dokkan Battle as a game, that, you know, I thought it was interesting. So I'm like, okay, I think that was cool. Dokkan Info, like I said, they do stuff, you know, they're trying to give us information on the game, hence the name Dokkan Info. But other people are starting to abuse it for their own gain, and this is where it's starting to kind of, this is where I started wanting to discuss this topic, because I'm starting to see more and more people abuse the private server. And the reason I say abuse is because you can do a lot, well, I can't say a lot of things with the private server, but the main things you can do with a private server is you can give your account every card in the game. Now, if you put, I believe how this works, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe what you can do is you can take your own account over to the private server. I believe that is a possibility, so that I don't think it'll really affect anything. However, I have heard mentions of people saying you can somehow glitch dragon stones in there and then bring your account over, because like I've seen fresh accounts with 7,000-8,000 plus stones. So whether that's through duping the gift box or anything like that, you know, that's beyond me. But like I said, you know, I've heard people saying it's that way as well. Something with other, you can't really take cards from the private server to the public server, but apparently another thing is that if you max out characters in the dupe system on the private server, you can bring it to the public server. So I don't know exactly on that. Definitely let me know. That may be false information. That's why I'm not trying to completely agree with it, but yeah, definitely let me know. But my main, I guess, you know, my main peeve with this is that a lot of people are starting to abuse it, in the sense that they are starting to turn this into their own accounts. Instead of having an actual account where they grinded, whether they paid money or did whatever, they are starting to do this where they're giving themselves every card in the game just so they can get past certain things and really create content. Because to be honest, you know, this is where I want to know from some of you guys, like, what is the benefit of having every card in the game? Because if you have every card in the game, you know, some benefits, I guess, could be you could grind through every event and do this and that. But if you're not creating content, what could you be doing with a private server? Because, you know, you might as well have like the insta-win mod, because all this is doing is wasting a little more of your time trying to run through events and stuff like that. It's like, you know, you don't need these medals because you have the UR version or LR versions of whatever cards you have. Like, you don't need to run through these events through private servers. Now, I'm seeing other people starting to run through events and stuff showing off certain teams, which I guess is fine. That one is, for me, like kind of in the middle where I feel like they are kind of abusing it still, but they're sort of being informational, I guess. I don't know. But the one thing that kind of, I felt like warranted me to make the video was I saw somebody starting to say, well, I'm going to start making a series on this account, which is a private server account. And I'm like, why are you starting a series with this? I understand if you're trying to do other things, that's fine, but they're trying to take a specific team and they're trying to run through events with it, which, you know, if they were trying to test something or show something off, try and have some sort of informational purpose to it, I feel like that's fine. And honestly, I feel like that goes with a lot of hacking or modding or anything like that. If you were trying to show things off or do things for a particular purpose like that, or be an educational or informational source, I think that's fine, because then you're, you know, that's kind of what it's for there. But if you're trying to do it just so you can abuse the game and so you can, you know, boost yourself up as a content creator, because a few of the people that I saw were, you know, some people had some decent content when it came to their channel, but I felt like, honestly, like I haven't seen them upload much Dokkan, or the content was just a little bit weird. And so now I feel like because they have their hands on this private server that, you know, oh, this is the jump that they can make back to uploading content is by cheating the game. And people have hated others for mods forever, and you know, if you're going to hate on people for using mods, you might as well hate on people for using this if they're going to use it in this way. Like I said, people like Dokkan Info or Zenrot or other people that are trying to show things off like that to us for something that we may never see or we may not see for a long time, I enjoy that. Like Dokkan Info shows us cards that, oh, this is what they would look like maxed out, and like what kind of strengths they could do and stuff, or what kind of damage and everything. That's what I enjoy seeing, because it just gives us something that it's like, oh, this is cool. I get to see how the card works and everything, but they're not trying to abuse it for their own personal gain. They're trying to use this just so they can show us, you know, be informational, because some people can say like, oh, is this card good or not? And then we see Dokkan Info or somebody else upload a video on it showing how strong they could be potentially if you work on it enough. And then, you know, that just helps us out as players. So, I mean, you know, I enjoy that. But when people are starting to abuse the game and starting to take this as this is their own account, they're going to be creating content with it and everything like that, I feel like that is just kind of where we're starting to draw the line, because they're really trying to benefit from this. And I don't like seeing that personally. That's just my opinion, I guess. Definitely let me know what you guys think about it. But yeah, I guess my main point is that, you know, I don't like seeing people benefit from that. Some people might be saying, you know, oh, you're a hater because you don't, you know, like seeing people benefit at all, or whether, oh, I can't get access to a private server and whatnot. I can get access to the private server very easily. I know where to get the private server. I just don't want to, because I don't want to be playing the game like that, because that just ruins the game. And then overall, that's going to start killing the game. That's going to start killing content creators, because then it's like, why should we go to, you know, some people might think, why should we go to anyone else? We can see this guy with a private server wreck with all these other cards, you know, and I feel like it won't change drastically, but it can change enough to where it can affect us as content creators and the game itself, and just other people as Dokkan Battle players who are trying to play legitimately and have fun. But that's just my opinion. Hopefully you guys understood everything I said, and hopefully you guys understood the points. If you guys have any questions or want to create some discussion with this, definitely let me know down in the comments. Hopefully I said all my points right and structured everything right. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. The original content should resume in the next few days here over the weekend, because I am working and stuff, so hard to get out content. I can't talk right now. But hopefully everything still came out right. Let me know your opinions down in the comments below about this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.